Hey, hey, what's up, beautiful people, amazing, awesome, incredible sun seekers. Happy day, happy day, happy day. Whatever um time you find this message. Reminder that you are more than enough. You are the gift and you are the prize. That Florida sun got my skin looking a little interesting. I don't know. It's my skin look a little interesting after that Florida sun. I don't know what's going on, but I'm still pretty. Anyway, just a quick note. Um, Most of y'all know by now that my father transitioned last Friday, and it's not a sad thing. It's not a sad thing. It's a joyous celebration. But thank you all for your well wishes, for your condolences, and all the things, your sympathy, your all that stuff. Um, what I want to say is because I was thinking about this the other day. So I'll say one thing that my father's transition taught me. That's the title. That's the title of this message. One thing my father's transition reminded me. I just updated it. One thing my father's transition reminded me. Because people often talk about, when someone you love passes, then you've got an angel. Um, but it made sense about all the times in my life where I've been protected and covered and guided. And I want to believe that this is part of the reason I have such a level of peace and I'm intentional about protecting my peace. Two of my absolute favorite aunts passed away. One by blood and one by marriage. My absolute, and they were one and two. To be honest with you, they were one and two. My absolute favorite aunt of all time was my mother's sister. Her name was Lorraine Jones, and we called her Aunt Rain for short. Aunt Rain for short, but her name was Lorraine Jones, and she was one of the absolute sweetest spirits I was ever blessed to encounter. She was one of those people that, again, she never, people say this all the time, but she never met a stranger. Um, and if you didn't like her, something was wrong with you. She was sweet, she was kind, she was loving, she was mothering, and she went out of her way. I think it was very, very natural for her. And also, while it's very natural for her, she went out of her way to make sure people were good, that they had what they needed, that they felt loved and that they felt seen. And she loved on everybody so amazingly beautiful. My Aunt Reen passed in 1992, and she was truly a gift from the universe, from the ancestors, from the spirit world. She was a gift, and she is still a gift. And then I have another aunt who was my second favorite aunt. She was married to my mother's brother, my uncle, and her name was Aunt Jessie. She had a different first name that she did not like, and she would let, if you found out her first name, she'd let you know she did not like that name. Don't you ever call her that. But her name was Aunt Jessie. And again, much like Aunt Lorraine, but in a different way, in her own way, beautiful spirit, beautiful smile, beautiful voice. That woman could sing. She was country boots. And when I tell you she loved, loved God, my Aunt Jessie was a true Christian. And I say that because she believed what she believed in that Bible, but everything she did, she led with love. Me and Aunt Jessie had so many conversations, and she would get on me in a good way. It was very, very guiding, very, very loving, very, very affirming and reaffirming. never, ever, ever scolded me in a negative way. She always led with love. I had to call and ask. Aunt Jessie passed in 2004. So since 1992 and 2004, I've had two beautifully amazing angels on my show. I believe that, there are a lot of other people that pass that are probably watching over me and guiding me. But when I tell you, I was blessed to have two absolutely amazing aunts, Lorraine Jones and Jessie Williams. Let me tell you something. And people who know me know whenever I would go to Orlando, Florida, I would get to Orlando International Airport, aka MCO. I would get my rental car. My first stop was 4229 Lake Richmond Drive. I had to go and see Aunt Jessie first before I started anything in Orlando. Aunt Jessie was my first stop. And then I went around the corner to one of my best friends, Pookie House. And that was my routine. I had to go and see Aunt Jessie and get loved on before anything I did in Orlando. And that was such a blessing. And so now when I get to Orlando, my first stop is Pookie's house because it was right around the corner. So got to go and see one of my best friends in the world. But again, this is one of the reasons why I'm rambling. But the great relationship I have with my father is one of the reasons why his passing, his transitioning was not a sad occasion. And the fact that he was ready to go and he wanted to rejoin his wife. So I celebrate. But while I was driving in my car Saturday, or maybe it was Sunday, again, y'all know I'm always thinking about my life and how I grew up and the joys of growing up, when I did, where I did, and how I did, and around the people that I did. And I find so much joy in that. But then it hit me when I thought of that concept of when you lose the loved one, the angels. And I started to remember, I've got two. I probably got more, but there are two solid, amazing angels that guide me, direct me, and protect me. And that is my Aunt Lorraine Jones and my Aunt Jessie Williams. Top tier. And both of them, sweet, sweet spirits. I heard this saying growing up as a child, when you say people are the salt of the earth. When I tell you these two women were the seasoning that helped this earth revolve in such a beautiful way. So I am so gifted and blessed, and I am thankful that I believe, they keep me, guide me, and protect me. And when I want to do the wrong thing, they nudge me this way. And even when I override and do the wrong thing, they protect me in the wrong thing. So I just wanted to take a moment to just spotlight, because again, 1992, and I don't was Facebook a thing in 2004? But anyway, before social media, before they had social media pages, they both left. So there's no tribute page, no in memoriam page to them. But I'm really, really, truly grateful for them. I've always been grateful for them. I always loved them in my heart. But now I publicly get to say, and this is why I wish they had pages so I can tag their pages. But I just want to, Aunt Lorraine Jones and Aunt Jessie Williams, I speak your names. And I thank you for loving me so wholly while you walk the face of this earth. I thank you both for loving me without judgment, without ridicule, without shame or guilt, for loving me wholly as you believe in your heart that that's how God, Jesus, wanted you to do. You walked that. You didn't have to talk about who you guys were. You two showed it in everything that you did. I can't even front and say I don't know how you were with other people, because I saw how they were with other people, and they were kind and loving and gentle with everybody. They told the truth in very loving, warm, receiving, where you can receive it. I've never seen confrontation If they were ever confrontational, it was probably to set you straight because you probably had done messed up. But I'm grateful, and I just have to take this moment to just shout out and speak their names and thank Lorraine Jones and Jesse Williams for being such amazing, amazing, amazing angels, both on earth and now in the atmosphere, guiding and protecting me. And so, to you all, take time to remind yourself of all the valuable gifts, treasures that you have and have had in this life. Because sometimes life does get crazy, hectic. Again, life comes in seasons and seasons. Every year you live, you have different seasons. Some seasons are longer, darker, rainier, colder than others. And then there's some seasons where the sun is shining so bright and you got rainbows all around and you don't know what to do with yourself because everything is falling into place. Just celebrate. And I understand, I recognize, I respect. We are all very, very different. I'm blessed to recognize how different I am. And so I lead with love, and I'm grateful that I've had, when I really, really stop and think about it, I've had influences who showed me through their actions. Yes, they had affirming, loving, kind words, but more importantly, their actions spoke to who they were and how they operated. And I believe that a part of their energy, part of their spirit, through osmosis, got into me and lives in me to this day. So once again, thank you, Aunt Lorraine Jones and Aunt Jessie Williams, for loving on me and loving on the world the way that you did while you both were here. I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I hope that this touched you and inspired you. It made you think about, no matter what's going on, that you have some things, someone, some people to be thankful for, some moments, some energy, some lessons to truly be grateful and thankful for. So celebrate those moments. Celebrate those moments. Celebrate those moments. Get that well that you have and fill it up with joy so that when adversity comes, when distractions comes, when negativity comes, you have enough in you that you can recognize it. And sometimes you have to address it and acknowledge it. And sometimes, however you respond to it, that well is so full that you still have peace in the midst of whatever you have to deal with. All right, we're going on 13 minutes. I love you guys for free. Thanks for watching. Enjoy. It's the 4th of July weekend. You all stay safe. Be intentional about loving on one another. Be intentional about being safe. Be intentional about being intentional. And remind yourself how important and valuable you are. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself. And if you don't believe it, tell yourself until you believe it. And remind yourself of why. Don't just say it. Think of those things that bring you joy about yourself that you are most proud of. Not things that you did for other people, but who you are, the essence of who you are. Be proud of who you are. When you've done good, when you've done right, when you've done what you were supposed to do, without looking for it, without any expectations, or just being a man or woman, a child of integrity. Knowing that you did the right thing because it's the right thing to do, not for social media clicks or likes or follows, but because your heart, your spirit is genuine and pure. Dog, I done went on 14 minutes. All right. I love you guys. Have a safe weekend. Love on your loved ones. Even love your enemies. Don't mean you have to deal with them, but you can love them so that you can be free in your spirit. All right? And even if you have to say, fuck them, and love them through them being over there. Love it. Let love lead you. All right. I love you guys. All right. I love you guys. Peace.